What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 18 Diamond Dynasty video, and of course it is Friday. We do have a new update, a new content update. It is not even refreshed, but we have a roster update, we have a new ticket counter, but more specifically in this video, I want to cover the brand new Conquest Destiny, as you guys can see right now. And basically, I'm going to go over how you guys can, or basically first I'm going to go over all the rewards that have been shown, and then I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to get this done the quickest and the most efficient way. So first of all, just looking through the stuff you get this 87 Robin Yount, which this card, he has basically no power, so this card does not look that good to me. He's got good speed, he's got good defense, but I know just as well as you, power really is the key, and power's below the 60 mark, so that probably will not be a great player. Next, we got a postseason pitcher with 105 hit 9. We do not know who that is going to be yet. Of course we do. There are going to be some packs along the way, of course, but I'm not really going to mention that. Next, we got royalty with 100 clutch. I'm not exactly sure what royalty can mean. Maybe it means like a Kansas City Royal, possibly. Maybe that's a George Brett card. I'm not really too sure. But royalty with 100 clutch, we're going to have to wait and see for that one. At 54%, you get a Southpaw Postseason Legend. I think that has a good chance to maybe be another Hershiser. I know he was a Conquest card first, but a Southpaw Postseason Legend, not really too sure who that could be. Next up, we got Breakout Tiger with 108 contact versus lefties. I think we got the best Miguel Cabrera, so I don't think it's going to be him. It's probably going to be Al Kaline. I would have to say that would be my guess. And then the grand reward is going to be this postseason legend Eddie Murray. He's the 94 overall grand reward, and he looks pretty good. Of course, he's a switch hitter, which of course switch hitters are really what you want. But he's got good contact at 92 and 79, 95, 88 power, which is pretty good for sure. 82 vision. He's a pretty good defensive first baseman as well. 84 fielding, 74 reaction. And reaction is probably the most important stat for, honestly, corner infielders, because if you have bad reaction, you're going to get access to terrible animations. So 74 reaction for him is actually pretty good. And 45 speed as well, not too bad. And that's all that we know. Of course, like I said, there's a lot of marks still to fill in. And it looks like you get a lot of tickets. You get 1,000, you get 1,050, 1,060. You're gonna get a good amount of tickets through this. I will have to say, depending on who these other fill-in rewards are, it is still a bit underwhelming, just for the fact that there are immortals out, and I think they could have done better. Don't get me wrong, this Eddie Murray looks really, really good, but for being the grand reward, little underwhelming. But let's see what the grind is. First, conquer all teams with bird mascots on or before turn 6, which would be the Orioles, Cardinals, and Blue Jays. I don't really know how hard that is going to be before turn 6. Baltimore is probably going to be the furthest out of your way, of course. Next up, we got conquer all teams. Okay, so it looks like you have to do this a couple of times. Conquer all teams with bird mascots in any number of turns. So if you do this the right way, you will be able to knock all of these 3 out at once, which will give you 6%. So 6% right off the bat, you already get yourself a breakout legend Robin Yount. So that is a very, very quick and free diamond that you guys can go ahead and get. And it looks like it's gonna be the same for all of those. And it looks like they're only going to show a certain amount at one time, which is kind of unfortunate. But conquer the last 4 World Series winning teams, the Astros, Cubs, Royals, and Giants, on or before turn 6, before turn 9, and in any number of turns. Completing this mission will complete the easy version. Yeah, so if you guys, for example, if you did this one, if you got this one done, it will count for all 3, so you can knock all of them out at once. So this will give you 6, 10, 13, 15%. So it looks like once you get to 15%, which is not quite going to give you this, they are going to have access to new rewards, which is definitely interesting. From face value, from what I can see, it does not look as hard as Conquest Extreme, of course. It definitely looks like it could be a little bit difficult. For example, before turn 7, Houston is pretty far away. As is San Francisco from where you start out in Conquest, of course. But of course, I will be very interested to see who the other rewards are for that. Just because, like I said, if if they really aren't worth it, it's probably not going to be worth it to do the grind, because I imagine it will take quite a long time. I mean, just this is only going to give you 15%, and 15 out of 100, there's a lot of room to go. So it all really depends on who the other guys are. Of course, I will be coming out with more videos once I learn who are going to be these guys. Of course, this just literally came into the game, so still not too quite sure, but I don't know. Like, I went through before and looked through some guys that we were still waiting for. Like Royalty with the 100 in clutch. I would say that's George Brett, but I can't believe that they're going to come out with a George Brett card lower than 94 overall, because I imagine all of these cards, obviously being before the 94 Eddie Murray, they probably will be lower overall as the other two Conquest strings are. That would only make logical and theoretical sense. But postseason pitcher with the 105 hit 9. Like I said, let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and opinions on who postseason pitcher with 105 hit 9 is going to be. Royalty with the 100 clutch, Southpaw, postseason legend, and breakout Tiger with the 108 contact versus lefties. Like I said, I think this will be Al Kaline. I'm very, very confident in that, actually, because I think his best card, I don't think he has too good of a card right now. At least I don't think so. Yeah, he has a 78 overall. So I would imagine that's going to be like a 92-ish Al Kaline that you're going to get. Of course, I mentioned Oral Hershiser earlier on. I don't know if that's a postseason card or not. Hershiser's card, where is it? It's a breakout card, so or he's not even a lefty. That, oh my god, that's embarrassing. But just gonna kind of skim through these guys just a little bit to try to spot if we can see who the other guys are gonna be. Like I said, I think there is still a good chance that it will be a George Brett card, just because Royalty with the 100 clutch, of course. I guess that could mean pitching clutch, but I feel like it wouldn't really matter. So it could possibly be a closer as well. We really do not know, but of course, like I said and mentioned earlier, I will go ahead and let you know once I do find out. Once I find out who these players are going to be. I imagine just like these other two Conquest strings, eventually they will auto update, because of course before they didn't show you who you would get from Conquest Extreme, but now of course they put Matt Kemp on the thumbnail. But really, really interesting. Like I said, it is still probably going to be a little bit disappointing. I think we're all expecting a little bit better of rewards. Honestly, I thought there was going to be a chance where we'd see Immortal Ted Williams beat the Grant reward for Conquest Destiny, which means he's still gonna be out there. So there's still going to be a different place where we put in Ted Williams, Teddy Ballgame, of course, but it is not going to be this, which, like I said, is unfortunate, because honestly, if you haven't finished Immortals, I wouldn't see why you would rather grind Conquest. You know, you're still going to be playing versus a computer. The only incentive, I guess you could see in a way, is you wouldn't have to spend stubs on Conquest, whereas to do Immortals, you do have exchanges to do, which I know a lot of people aren't fans of. I'm not really either. I'm fine with exchanges, but I would rather it be players or something like that, but I'm not completely against it. But if you're somebody like me, and let's say for an example, if I wanted to grind offline, if I wanted to mindlessly play games versus a computer, why would I rather play Conquest, where I have to, it's going to be a long grind, where my grand reward is basically going to be a 94 overall, when I could rather spend that time grinding for Albert Pujols? Or I could grind for Mike Piazza, or Griffey, or Bob Gibson, or Chipper Jones, or any of the Immortals. That's just really the only thing. I mean, this is why I kind of want to make a push for progressive overalls, and I hope they really think about doing that. Once again, let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about progressive overalls. Just basically, progressive overalls are that's basically, in simplest terms, at the start of the year, you start with lower overalls and you progress gradually as the season goes on. Examples, look at Madden and 2K. Basically, like, the highest overalls at the beginning of the game are like a 90-91 overall, and as you pass on, newer cards come out with increasing overalls. So you know, once the game starts to hit this point, that's when we're gonna finally seeing 99 overalls, because I don't think there's actually even any 99 overalls besides the Immortals. But that is gonna be Conquest, Destiny, and set. Okay, we do got some new stuff as well. Set 12 is gonna have a 90 overall Jacoby Ellsbury and some other stuff that is still not loaded in. I might make another video on some of this content, but I just wanted to get this Conquest Destiny video out to you guys right away. If you guys do plan on grinding Conquest Destiny, let me know down below in the comments. Also vote in the poll in the top right hand corner. Really interested to see your guys' kind of opinion and the general consensus on whether or not the community is going to be grinding this new string of Conquest. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you like down below. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and there you guys comes out. Yay!
Love is love and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory, I tell you.